AI Finance Daily, where artificial intelligence meets your money. Today's question: Azure OpenAI versus AWS Bedrock versus Google Vertex. What enterprise AI actually costs? Let's talk about what actually happens when a company decides to add AI to their stack. Not the flashy demos or the promise of 10x productivity. The real numbers that hit the bottom line. Azure OpenAI, AWS Bedrock, Google Vertex, they all use this deceptively simple pricing model. You pay per token, which sounds reasonable enough, and GPT-4 runs about 3 cents per 1,000 tokens for input, 6 cents for output. That feels manageable, right? But here's where it gets messy. A typical enterprise application might process millions of tokens per day. Let's walk through a real example. Imagine you're building an AI customer service tool that handles 1,000 tickets daily. Each conversation averages 1,000 tokens. That's already $90 per day just in raw API costs. Over $32,000 per year. And that's before we talk about development, testing, or infrastructure. The hidden costs start stacking up fast. You need redundancy across regions. You need monitoring systems. You need prompt management tools. And you need specialized engineers who understand how to optimize these systems. People who command salaries north of $200,000 in today's market. AWS Bedrock might seem cheaper at first glance because they offer volume discounts. Google Vertex tries to win on integration. But according to recent analysis from Andreessen Horowitz, the total cost of ownership tends to converge around similar points regardless of provider. Here's what nobody tells you in the sales pitch. For a medium-sized enterprise deployment, you're likely looking at $500,000 to $1 million in annual costs once you factor in everything. And that's a conservative estimate. But there are ways to manage this. 3 main levers that actually move the needle. First, prompt optimization. Cutting your token count by 50% through better engineering is the fastest way to halve your costs. It's not sexy work, but it's highly leveraged. Second, caching aggressively. If you're asking the same questions repeatedly, you're burning money. Some companies have cut their API costs by 70% just by implementing smart caching strategies. Third, and this is crucial, hybrid deployment models. Use smaller, cheaper models for simple tasks. Save the expensive GPT-4 calls for when you actually need them. Companies that get this right typically see 40 to 60% cost reductions. Looking ahead, these costs will probably come down as more providers enter the market. But for the next 12-18 months, companies need to budget conservatively. The era of throwing AI at every problem and hoping for ROI is over. We're entering a phase where careful architecture decisions matter more than ever. The numbers discussed here are drawn from publicly available data and industry analysis as of early 2024. But you should always verify current pricing for your specific use case. This is educational content meant to help you plan, not financial advice. The market moves fast, and tomorrow's prices might look very different from today's. That wraps up AI Finance Daily. One small ask. If this was useful, hit follow. It costs you nothing, and it means we can keep making this. See you next time.